Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live. I'm just getting all my stuff set up. YouTube's being weird. I'm trying to figure out why YouTube's being weird, but I don't know why YouTube's being weird. Hello. Hello, everybody. I've got a plant coming out of my head. I meant to move it, but I didn't. So we're all just going to deal with it together. Hello. Hello. You love me singing. YouTube is being super weird. Listen, Corey can attest to this wherever she is. I know she's over on YouTube. When I'm working and I forget somebody's in the room, I'll just be like singing and I go, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot you were there for a minute. I was hyper focused." Let me pull up comments on this side over here so I can see everybody's. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. Okay, I think I can do like this. Hello. There we go. I can see everybody's comments. Hello. This. There we go. I just got to find a good place where all the comments are in one location. Okay, that's so much better. Hi, guys. Hello. It's so good to see you guys. Hello. This plant coming out of my head thing is really going to bother me. Should I move the plant or just like leave it be? I saw that. Ozzy Osbourne. That was wild. Hello. Hello. How are you guys today? You're from Baltimore. Okay, yes. I'm going to go move this plant growing out of the top of my head because it's bothering me. You can't see it on TikTok, but on YouTube you can see it. Tell me where you're from and if you've been here before or if it's been a while or what's going on. But where are you from? Why I fix this plant? Because I can't do the plant anymore. We have to move her like here. That feels better. That feels better. Now TikTok doesn't get to see the plant anymore. Nashville, OG from Spokane, Southern Oregon, more Nashville. Illinois, Arizona, Wisconsin, Texas, Missouri. Oh my gosh, look at you guys everywhere. Colorado. I love this so much. Arizona, been here for a minute. Love. Oklahoma, more Nashville. Holy cow. Hey, you're in Raleigh. You are close. I love that. Look at you guys. It's so good to see you. Greensboro, hey, hi, what up, neighbor? Virginia Beach. Going there in a few days to go visit a friend. Akron-ish, Ohio. Look at this. Okay, I have so much to tell you guys. I'm so excited. I have so much to tell you guys. Okay, so before I start answering questions, all I ask for in energetic exchange is that you like the live and share the live. That's it. Just like and share. That's all that we ask for. So on YouTube, you just got to hit the little thumbs up and share with friends if you can. And on TikTok, you just have to tap the screen and share with friends if you can. That is it. Helps a lot. So while we're going to answer questions here in just a minute. I want to tell you though, before I forget, we have our last 2 retreats for 2025 that are live and ticket sales are happening right now. We are selling more every single day. And speaking of Los Angeles, hello, we have one in Long Beach. So we have one in your county. So I love that so much. So we've got one coming up in Sedona, September 27th. Link is in the bio for all these things. And we have another one in SoCal for Long Beach, November 15th. So yeah, you can check out the retreats and come join us. It's going to be so fun. These are going to be so good. So here's the main structure of the retreats, because what we did was we did everything that we wanted to do in Axton. Okay, we did everything that we wanted to do. And then when we took all the things that worked the best out of Axton, and we are duplicating those things in future retreats. So here's what future retreats are going to look like. Are you ready? This is Sedona and Long Beach and beyond. You're going to Sedona with your mom? Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, so here's what the retreats are going to look like. I am going to teach, right? It's all channeled teaching, all of it. This is all stuff I learned from spirituality, but I tap in with my guides and I make just full bullet point notes, whatever, so I can stay on task because ADHD. And then I teach something to do with the topic because each retreat has its own theme, its own topic. All the details are in the bio link. You can see what each one is about. And then after I do just a little bit of teaching, it's not like it's all day or anything, then I take volunteers from the audience for you to come up on stage and sit on the throne for some throne time. And you can ask me any question you want on stage, and I just channel it for you right there. I just channel it for you, and you can get any answer you want. And what's so magical about that is we did this at the Axton retreat, our very first retreat ever. And we realized that the answers that were given to the people on the throne, those answers seem to help reflect back to many members of the audience. So you get to benefit from the questions asked, even if you don't come sit on the throne. So that's the thing. And then we'll take like a little bit of a break so we can stretch our legs, whatever, because you don't want to sit there and stare at me for 4 hours without moving your body. That would be silly. And then we'll come back and we'll do it again. We'll take a break. We'll do it again. Yeah. How fun is that? I'm so excited to do some live channeling for you guys. It's going to be so rad. It's going to be so rad. Ooh, is it crazy you just stumbled across my live right now, feeling very weird energetically? I love this. I love the synchronicity. Yeah, my guides picked the perfect people in Axton. They're going to continue to pick the perfect people in Sedona and Long Beach. I'm so excited. So definitely come check those out. There's some VIP events. So if you want like a small group, where it's 30 people max. Anyone just come hang out with me for like an hour before we even kick things off, you can come do that too. Just add the VIP little add-on for your ticket and we can hang even more. Hey, if you feel low vibe today, that's okay. Let yourself feel low vibe. Explore it. Ask yourself why you feel low vibe, right? And then Laura says, it feels like today isn't real. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, here we go. Sometimes when I feel like, it's usually my guides tapping in, give me lots of downloads. It's an energetic shift. Usually when I feel like I'm not real or the day is not real or something in my reality is not real, it's usually when I'm going through rapid changes. It's almost like quantum leaps forward in my growth. And that's usually what it is. So things feel wonky because you're a little wonky and you're getting used to your new energy. So I love, love, love. All 100 out of 10. Recommend all the retreat stuff. Thank you. It was so good. The video, will the video of the event be available to those that attend the retreat? Yes. If you attend whichever event you attend, you automatically get the recording. So if you attend, then once the recording is ready, a few weeks later, you automatically get it. So everyone that went to Axton already has the Axton videos of the whole retreat. But if you didn't go to Axton, you can still purchase the replay. It's called Rad at Home, and that is on the website. And you can watch all of Axton in your comfy pants. So there you go. Starting your life. There we go. Maybe that will work. Am I back, YouTube? Did it work? Did it work? YouTube has been giving us lots of problems lately. I used to remember my dreams, and now I can't recall them. I even wake up mid-conversation. If you would like to remember your dreams, you can always set intentions before you go to sleep. And while I ask or answer your questions, all I ask for in energetic exchange is to like the live and share the live. That is all. That is all that we ask for. That helps us and doesn't cost you anything. So if you want to remember your dreams, you can just set intentions before you go to sleep. That says, I will remember my dreams. I'm going to remember my dreams. I do remember my dreams. You put in present tense, it has a lot more oomph behind it. That's all you can do. And if you want to have more vivid dreams for you to be able to remember, drink concentrated blue lotus tea about 15 minutes before you go to bed. It has to be that close to going to bed, about 15 minutes before you go to bed, and it will help you lucid dream as well. But sometimes that takes a few steps to get to lucid dreaming. Do you have any recommendations for trying to learn who your spirit guides are and connecting? Do I ever? Yes, I do. Are you ready? Okay. If you want to connect to your spirit guides and know who they are and what they can do and all the shenanigans, I have a free with promo code course, 5-day course called the Spirit Guide Course, which is in my bio link. It is on my website and it's in my bio link. It's called the Spirit Guide Course. And if you read the little description that comes with it, the promo code's right there. You can just copy and paste it. It is free with that promo code, and it teaches you everything I know about spirit guides and even gives you a couple of guided meditations to be able to connect with them. So yeah, I recommend that 100% because it's got all the things. Love that so much. Oh yeah, thank you, Kathy. Appreciate that. You guys were all trying to answer the same thing. Oh, awesome course. Can attest. Just finished it. Thanks. You're so welcome. Yeah, go check it out. Is Mercury in retrograde a good time to do shadow work since stuff comes to the surface? That is a great time to do shadow work, but it's also a really good time to rest. So you definitely want balance with both. You don't want to spend all of Mercury retrograde doing a bunch of shadow work because you're going to feel real ragged by the end of it and real raw, right? Do some shadow work, whatever is coming up that's frustrating you, do some shadow work, then go take a little rest, then allow whatever is else going to come up to do some shadow work and then let it rest. Yes. Retrograde has been spicy. It's been spicy with tech. It's weird. I legitimately don't know if I have a ghost in my office or if it's just Mercury retrograde or what, but my monitors were coming on after I turned everything off last night. My monitors came on by themselves. My keyboard, which I turned off I know for a fact turned off, turned itself back on. And I was like, okay, I don't know. Am I saying hello to somebody? Is this just Mercury doing its thing? It was pretty wild. Oh my gosh. Hi, Cheryl. So good. Okay. So we just talked about all the retreats. Oh my gosh, I love this. I am intuitive, but have shut a lot down. How can I reactivate this? By just telling yourself I'm reactivating it. That's literally it. That's literally it. You just decide. You decided to turn it off. Now just decide to turn it on. There's no trick. There's no steps. There's no like chanting that you need to do. There's no spell. There's no manifestation. There's nothing. You decided to turn it off. Now just go, okay, I'm deciding to turn it back on now and just start playing with stuff. Play with your gifts. Play with your intuition. That's all you have to do. That's it. I don't think we can turn it off under this administration. Woo! Ooh, your kitchen lights have been going on and off. Interesting. Yeah, you just set the intention. That's literally it. We as humans like to make things complicated a lot of the times. Been dreaming about living in a large luxury house a lot lately and upgrade. Sure. Yeah, I love that. Do it. If that feels good. Yeah, go for it. Dream build. Let that come into your reality by dream building. Because it will. Because it will. The shadows will bubble up to the surface and tell you what's blocking your way to get to that thing. So you clear the shadows or limiting beliefs or whatever they are as things come up, and you just continue down that path. I love, love, love. It's so good. Can hearing loss in one ear cause you to hear other frequencies? Let me double check with my guides on that one. It can't cause you to hear other frequencies, but they're saying it can in some circumstances make it easier to hear clairaudience frequencies, which is what you're hearing in here and it's not from an external source. In some circumstances, that can make it easier to hear. That's interesting. Interesting. These are such good questions, you guys. I love them. Yeah. What questions do you guys have about oh, there's Maggie. Maggie, you wanna come here? Come here. Come up in the live. Come here. Up. Up. Yes. Everybody say hello to Maggie. You guys always want to say hi to her. I love her so much. Say hi? No, you're gonna sit down? Hi. Bye. I love you. See ya. Go get your toy. She's so sweet. She's been trying to figure out how she's so precious. Oh, she figured out how to get the door open. Now you get to see my hallway if you're on YouTube. She's just figured out, I don't know why just now figured out that she can use her nose to nudge the door open. She is the goodest girl. When does retrograde end? Let me see. Let me consult the book. Mercury retrograde Thursday. That was on the 10th. Just followed. This book is complicated. She looked at the camera and said, nope. Ooh, constant ringing in both ears 24/7. That is a lot. I know. I love her eyebrows too. When does Mercury? That's Saturn retrograde. We want Mercury retrograde. I'm not sure if it's going to say in here in a way that I can read it quickly. Does anybody else know when Mercury comes out of retrograde? That was the 18th. You guys might know. 8/10, August 10th? It comes out August 10th? You're right, it does. August 10th is when Mercury turns direct. That feels so long. That feels so long. How does Mercury retrograde affect working with moon phases? It just makes things more intense. So whatever it is, it's more exaggerated with the moon phases. I'm going to switch my book up to more the correct page. Man, August 10th. Womp womp. Oh, that's your birthday. It's the day after your birthday. Look at all these birthdays. How to close yourself down physically manifesting loved ones or other ailments in your own body. I don't know what you mean by that, Maria. Can you rephrase that? Y'all never make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Listen, use retrograde. Retrograde is nothing more than a tool, right? Retrograde is just a tool, which means allow all of the things that are wanting to come up, allow them to come up, right? You just allow them to come up and you allow yourself to heal. You allow yourself to move through energy instead of resisting it. And then it doesn't seem like it's quite as long, right? It just started about 15 minutes ago. Okay. Oh, that was not about retrograde. I thought that was about retrograde. It feels like we just started about 15 minutes ago. It is time to review, rethink, re-examine. That's exactly correct. Yep. My son is having surgery July 28th. Hope no tech issues then. I wouldn't worry about it because the more you worry about it, the more you make yourself go into that reality instead of focusing on possible tech issues or even saying, I hope there's no tech issues during that surgery. Focus on how all of the ways that the surgery can go right and good and positive. Focus on that instead. A few weeks ago, you mentioned feeling annoyed as possibly being a shadow. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Yeah, annoyance is usually a shadow because a perfectly healed human being cannot be emotionally affected by anyone, no matter what's going on, because they understand. I did hear you guys are talking a lot about Ozzy Osbourne today. Was he a large part of your lives? I'm just curious. I'm just curious if he was. Everyone's really into this information. So Boomer, yes. Gen X, yes. Yeah. You love Black Sabbath. Okay, fair. So yeah, let's talk about that. So annoyance. Like, let's say, okay, here's one. Thank you, guys. When my kids are at home and they're constantly going, mom, 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 and they won't leave me alone. They're constantly knocking on the door and they're constantly not leaving my office, right? All of that stuff. That's annoying because I'm trying to focus, right? And I have ADHD. And so when you break my focus, it takes me a minute to get back in there, right? So that's annoying. That is annoying. Now, I found the shadow. I had a couple days break for my kids. I found the shadow. And for me, it's going to be different for everybody, right? Because the shadow is a very personal thing. But for me, the shadow was when I was growing up, people were expecting me to do things for them all of the time. Like people would come at me from multiple directions in my house where I grew up, and I was expected to constantly do things for other people, regardless of anything else that was going on. So I could have three people asking me to do something at the same time, and all of them genuinely expected me to complete the task at the same time. And if I didn't, people would be like actually angry. It was a very unhealthy household to grow up in, right? And so my shadow there is I felt like the annoyance that I felt was I can't do this right now. And now that I've healed that in me with that realization and working through that energy, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of annoying, but you need to go out there and get to me when I'm out of work, right? It's not like I'm not annoyed. I recognize that it's like can be annoying, but I'm not actually annoyed anymore because I don't feel that personal responsibility now that I clear that shadow to get to them right now and also do work right now. Does that make sense? So I healed the shadow within me. And so now when they do it, I'm just like, oh my God, like go away. But I don't get like that, oh my God, I have to do the thing right now. Oh my God. And then I start to get all like antsy. Does that make sense? Right? That's an example of an annoyance that you can trace back with a shadow. And if you want to know the steps to trace back with a shadow, use my blog post, Shadows and How to Clear Them. Blog post is also listed, linked in the bio. Oh boy, does that resonate? Yeah. Somebody wants to know if it's pizza night. It might be. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know yet. Every night is pizza night if you believe enough, and that is accurate. Yeah. Just like every pizza is a personal pizza a personal pan pizza if you believe enough. Clearing shadows like EMDR. That's one way to do that. I don't use EMDR. But that's one way you can you don't clear the shadow with EMDR necessarily, but you can bring it up to your consciousness. You you really can there's a lot of ways to clear shadows, but I have found one of the most effective ways to clear shadows is through inner child healing. You heal that past version of yourself. And once you've healed that past version of yourself, you're healed now. It's very effective and very fast, actually. So that one works really, really well. I can't really speak to EMDR because I don't really use it, but I do know that it's effective for some people. Um, I am my spiritual community is trying to talk me into doing a live global meditation for Lionsgate. So we talked about that today. Corey and I are gonna have to talk about that and look at the schedule when we get off, but we'll announce it if we do something. On your page, what is the blog title to help communicate with your spirit team? I don't have a blog for that. I have a free course. So if you go to the little menu and you click on paid stuff, because it is a course, you just put in the promo code and then look for the spirit guide course. And then you put in the promo code that's listed in the little description. Yay, you finally caught the live. I'm not even super familiar with Lionsgate. I was gonna have to do some research on it. It's one of those like portals where it's like the 888, right, or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what it is, because it's not one that I usually use, because you can make any day a portal. You don't have to wait for August 8th for there to be a portal. It says astrologically, the sun is in Leo. So it's a sign connected to your heart, courage, self-expression. The star Sirius, also often called our spiritual sun, rises in the sky and aligns with Earth and Orion's belt. This alignment was significant to ancient Egyptians who believed it marked a time of renewal and divine messages. Numerologically, August 8th, and the number 8 represents infinity, abundance, power, balance. Double eights are seen as a portal to higher consciousness and manifestation. That being said, the numbers don't have to be like 8 for the veil to be thin. You can just make the veil thin, but we can also take advantage of that, because if that is your belief that the veil is thinner there, then it is thinner for you because that's your belief. So we're talking about doing a guided meditation, like a global one, on that day, but we still have to look at the calendar and see how that works. Yeah, EMDR definitely helps people. I just don't use it. I use inner child healing in other ways. I'm not saying it's good or bad. That's not one that I am drawn to. Mm, caught the funk. You are so welcome. Oh, good. And you had a good cry. Oh, I love that for you. A good cry is so healing. Does anyone else worry they're doing something that will cause their kids to have shadows to clear? Ah, yes. So here's the thing. Yes, you are, because we all are. And all you can ever do is your best. You just do your best. Your kids are going to create their own shadows because that's what they do. Even if you were Jesus Christ himself raising a child, those children would still have shadows because they have limiting beliefs. They have their own perceptions of things. They're going to be different than yours. So you just do the best that you can do. So they have probably less shadows. So they have a softer place to land on when they clear the shadows, things like that, right? What do you think of QHHT? I think it's a powerful tool to be able to see into things that are causing you some imbalances. I think it's great. How do you feel about past life regression to heal? Oh, that's funny. I just answered that. And can your spirit team help with that? Yeah, your spirit team, first of all, helps you with literally everything. And you sure can use past life regression. It's not always necessary. Almost always, you can just use inner child healing and not have to use past life regression. But yeah, it for sure can be helpful. Yes, we all have and create shadows. We don't create shadows in others. Only we can create our own shadows. You physically cannot create a shadow inside of somebody else. That would be like causing somebody else to have nightmares. You can't do that. Only they can do that, right? But it is part of our learning and growing journey for us to create our own shadows and then clear them later. You're welcome. I have not received any downloads about the Kennedy Center. Yeah, you're welcome. No worries. Sometimes we say things, and I do this too. Sometimes we say things that has like old terminology and we don't really realize it because our brain is thinking with the newer terminology, but by habit, we're saying the old words. I like it when people point that out at me. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't realize I was saying that. Can your shadows manifest as moving shadows outside of your body? No, they're not physical shadows. It's a metaphorical shadow of things that have happened to you that you kind of shoved back down into the recesses of your brain. They're not physical entities, shadows. I see how to go no contact with a parent over the weekend. It was very hard. At the end, I meditated, give my inner child a huge hug. Aw. And since then you felt so light and free. I love that. I love that. I don't have any books to learn mediumship that I can recommend because I am not a medium. So I haven't trained in that modality. Um, that being said, I know a good medium, but I don't really know where to train for that because that's not the direction that I went in. I'm so sorry. Take care of my mother with dementia, and she's one of my shadows on how to deal with it. It's a good lesson. What shadow would be synonymous with trauma then if they are symbolic? So here's the thing. Your shadows, you and I could have the exact same shadow, and but it would present differently. Or we could have the exact same way that we present with a shadow, but the core of the shadow comes from a different place. So it's not like shadows are not symbolic. What I'm saying is they're not physical, literal shadows. It's called shadow work because it's the energy that you have. Like, let's say something happened to you that was traumatic. It could be big traumatic, small traumatic. It doesn't matter. Anywhere on the spectrum, something happened to you that was not great and you didn't prefer it. And instead of dealing with it at the time for whatever reason, you shove that deep down in your brain and go, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to pretend like that never happened. Then that energy is living in the shadows of your mind, which means you're not aware of it, but the energy still rules your emotions and still controls your emotions, right? That's what I mean by that. You can manifest literally anything for your own personal self, or you sure can manifest artistic freedom, but you can't focus on how you're stuck. You have to focus on how you feel free. So focus on the areas of your art in which you do feel free, and that will snowball into feeling more and more and more free. Does that make sense? Are you in a regular conversation with your past and future self? No, because that gets very confusing in my brain because I have precog and I can see all possible realities when I spread myself out. I talk to my past self when I want to do inner child healing, and I talk to my future self when I'm asking for her for advice, but it's not all the time. You're very welcome. Chakras, how do you feel if they're free or blocked? Open chakras means that you are in the flow state and everything is matching and you're having lots of synchronicities and you're flowing. Blocked chakras mean like, let's say that you have, here, let me pull up the thing. Pull up my little chart. Where'd it go? I moved everything around. Here we go. Let's say that your root chakra is blocked. Okay, that's this one at the bottom. Your root chakra is blocked. That's the red one right at the bottom. It's the very base one. Okay, let's see. Your other ones are pretty open, but your root chakra is blocked. Your root chakra is your body. needs, your safety needs, sexuality, how grounded you are, your physical energy, things like that. So if you are not grounded at all and you're feeling very chaotic and very wild, your root chakra could be blocked. You can unblock that chakra. So basically it feels blocked if you feel the opposite of what the energy center is. So if it's all about groundedness and you don't feel grounded, then your root chakra is a little bit blocked. So you just block. You just ground yourself to unblock it. Does that make sense? You just do that thing that your body needs to help open the channels. Think of this as like a giant river flowing through you, right straight up the middle. Think of it like a river of energy. And it should be open like this, but sometimes instead of each segment being open like this, sometimes the segments are like this, or they're off kilter. And so a smaller stream of energy is flowing through that instead of the full amount of energy. You can find this on Amazon. Not that I love that I bought this from Amazon, but I bought it many years ago. You take your screenshots and do a little search on Amazon. So take your screenshots now and you can search for it and it will come up. This one is two-sided and it's incredible and I love it. You just take your little screenshots. It's so helpful. I really like this one. Shadows are a psychological term. Carl Jung, who started the concept of shadows. We use the spiritual word too, but it's like Adam said. It's psychological. It's in the mind. Yeah. If a new traumatic things happen, does a shadow always form? A shadow only forms if you don't deal with the trauma at the time when it happens. If you just ignore it and shove it deep down, sometimes we can't deal with it because we don't have the capacity. Sometimes we don't know how to deal with it. Sometimes we just don't want to because it's uncomfortable. As long as you deal with it as something is happening, then it won't create a shadow. Throat chakra blockage showed itself as an inability to cry, and guided meditation helped. Yeah, love. So good. So the meditation's on Soul Spark when I'm not doing the chakra one. What? I think I'm missing a word there. They also sell these in metaphysical stores. I love that. I haven't seen them in mine, but Amanda says you can also find these in metaphysical stores. New shadows can be created anytime. What's the difference between a shadow and an internal part? What do you mean by internal part? Define that for me so we're starting on the same page. What is the spiritual purpose of aging? There isn't a spiritual purpose of aging. In fact, most people age the way that they do, which is quite aggressively on this planet, because they simply believe that we should, because our entire reality is based on belief. Did I not make a video about that this week? Our entire reality is based on belief. And many people believe just because the people before them aged terribly, that we also have to age terribly. We're not meant to. There's not a spiritual reason at all. We actually don't have to age at all like that. Well, sure, we'll slow down a little bit and we'll change and we'll grow and stuff like that. But you don't have to become decrepit. You can still have a fully functioning body that can do everything that you want. You know what I mean? Your skin doesn't have to be all haggard, right? It's not going to look like you're 20, but you don't have to look 312, right? It's all about expectation and how well you take care of yourself. The more frequently that you meditate, the more the higher vibration you have, which means your cells are literally vibrating at a faster rate, which means they heal at a faster rate, which means you look and feel younger. Isn't another word for shadow a trigger? No, a trigger will show a shadow, but a trigger is not a shadow. The trigger is the thing that made you freak out, right? In whatever way, it made you freak out. But the trigger is not the shadow, right? So like, let's say somebody cuts you off in traffic and you start yelling and cussing and screaming and honking on your horn. That person cutting you off was the trigger, but that person cutting you off was not the shadow. The emotion that came up in your body when the trigger happened, that's the shadow. That's the thing that you want to explore. Does constipation indicate the root chakra is blocked? No, that's like in the middle. That's like solar plexus. Yeah, my grandmother passed away at 80. What was it, in May? So almost 83. and she's 82. And her brain sharp as a tack until just the very last moment, her very last breath, sharp as a tack. Oh, autocorrect. You'll do the chakra meditation on Soul Spark. Yeah, that's a good one. You want some of that high vibration healing? You can do it yourself. A protection spell is not needed when trying to meet your guides. Here's the thing. I'm going to say something that might be a little, some people may not love it, but that's okay. You don't have to resonate with everything that I say. Protection spells are actually not needed at all under any circumstance unless you believe you need to be protected. Does that make sense? There is no baseline reason why you would need a protection spell. You only need to protect yourself if you believe you need to be protected. But baseline, like I'm going to give you an example. Baseline, I know that I'm always protected all the time because I am an eternal being just like all of you, right? And I'm a powerful, amazing soul just like all of you. And so I don't need protection from any of these things because I know that nothing can actually harm me. So I don't need to protect. Does that make sense? But if you have fear because you haven't healed it yet, no judgment at all. That's like just part of the journey, right? I used to have a bunch of fear, and you just heal it as you can go. But if you have fear or whatever you're afraid, then yeah, do a protection spell or imagine white light energy coming out from you like a bubble, and that's your protection, or do whatever. It feels good, right? And spells only work if you believe them. That is so very true. Do we sometimes have to let people in our life go who are bringing us down vibrationally? Yeah. Yeah, you should always let people go who are bringing you down vibrationally if you cannot heal it. What I always try to do first is heal the thing because it's my action that's letting me be brought down, because no one can actually bring you down. But if something is so bad, like you're in like an abusive relationship, for instance, there's nothing that you can do that is going to keep your vibration up way up here if you're living in an abusive environment. So that's when you remove yourself from that situation, right? Something like that. So yeah. If you can't hear me, close out the app, come back in. What about mirrors being portals and not facing beds? That's feng shui with not facing beds, and I agree with that. The energy feels weird, and I don't like it when mirrors face my beds, makes me uncomfortable. I can't sleep well. 100% agree on the flow of energy there is very bad when mirrors face your bed. Also, when TVs face your bed, it's usually very bad. Mirrors 100% can be portals, but a lot of things can be portals. Yeah. Let's see. These are such good questions. Oh, and thank you for tapping the screen and liking the live and sharing the live and doing all the things. Thank you so much for that, by the way. Is it bad that I've been feeling like I need to take a break from meditation? I've been so exhausted every time I want to meditate. You're not doing it right then. If meditation's making you exhausted, then you are trying to force it and you're not doing it in a way that feels aligned, right? Why TVs? Because they have the big reflection on them when they're off, and it's literally energy coming at you when they're on. So it's just like an open portal of energy, just always constantly going at you. Yeah, so try meditating in different ways then. So the question is, how do we learn to meditate correctly? And I want to rephrase that a little bit. It's not really correctly, it's just in alignment for you, right? There's no like wrong way to meditate, but you can do what's in alignment for you. So I would recommend going into meditation with no expectations. Usually that's what makes us so frustrated with meditation, is because you go into meditation with expectations and you're like, I'm going to have to feel this way. I'm going to have to experience this thing. And then it doesn't. You get frustrated and it feels like work. If meditation feels like work, you're not doing it in alignment for you. You're not doing it the way that feels best for you. So you're not going to do it in a way that's going to give you any sort of positive benefit, right? So, for meditation, there's many different ways you can do it. I recommend starting with guided meditations that really vibe with you, because that's a really good way to start opening that part of yourself up. I've got some great ones on my website you can try, and YouTube is just littered with them. What is a good way to encourage someone in our own lives to heal their own shadows? Oh my God, I love that question. Okay. The best way to encourage someone in your lives to heal their own shadows is by zipping your lip and not saying a damn thing to them and healing your own shadows and living your best life. That is literally the only way. Because if you walk up to somebody and you start telling them they can heal the shadow, even if you're so nice about it, there is no good way that you can receive unsolicited advice. You receive unsolicited advice and it's going to be bad all of the time. Mhm. Yeah. If there's no other place for your TV and it faces your bed, does unplugging it help? I would not say unplugging it, but like throw like a blanket or a sheet over it. That will usually help. Or do like a curtain. Some people have curtains and they'll hang a curtain and just move it behind the TV and put it in front of the TV when they're not using it. No, I cannot tell the percentage of overlapping 3D and 5D. There's not a way for me to do that. You were scrolling quick. You thought I shaved my head. I shaved it. I've got nothing left. I'm just kidding. No, she's just up today. That's so funny though. It's not that meditation makes me exhausted. It's that I'm just purely exhausted from wake to sleep. Oh, if you're exhausted from wake to sleep, that's because your nervous system is fried and you need to heal your nervous system. You know who's really, really, really good with that? Taryn Fian. Taryn Fian is really good with regulating nervous systems. You need to regulate your nervous system. Nothing's going to feel good until you do that. She's very good with that. There's many ways that you could do that, but I would go check out her stuff, maybe even book her because she's so good at that. Unsolicited advice is always criticism because we did not ask for it. We did not ask for it. Let me see if I missed anything else. I have the best hair. Thanks. Not today. Today she's just throwing up. Just did not feel like doing it today. Oh my gosh, these are such good questions. Do you guys have any questions about the retreats that I can answer for you? Because we do have Sedona and SoCal coming up. Also, who here is coming to the retreats? Is there anybody in these lives that signed up and is coming that's on the list? We're so excited. I'm so excited to see you guys. Brenda's coming to both. We have Sedona. You just signed up? Oh my God, yes, so many to Sedona. Oh, you're in the UK. I know. Going to Sedona, thinking about it. Okay. Hey, Brad. I didn't even see that you were in here. What up, Brad? You're coming to the VIP too. You'll be at them once you retire at the end of this year. I love that. You paid for Long Beach, but you live in San Diego, so you sent an email to switch. Well, we only have one SoCal. We don't have a San Diego anymore. We combined San Diego and LA into Long Beach, so it's just the one. But we will respond to your email. So good. There's so many. You're coming to Sedona. You'll be at both. So good. Oh my gosh, you're the one that's going to be in Anaheim when I'm there. That's so fun. Oh yeah, you heard it in deeper downloads. You're so welcome. Yeah, we originally were going to have one in LA and like LA proper and in San Diego. The venues for San Diego for some reason were twice the cost of everywhere else, like every other city. So the tickets were going to have to be like unbearably expensive. And I was like, we're not doing that. So we're combining them. We're doing Long Beach November 15th and we're doing San Diego September 27th. The links are there. The links are there. Yes, these retreats are going to be recorded. And several weeks after the event, we will have those up. Remember the Axton one that we just did? No San Diego. Sedona. Sedona is the 27th of September. San Diego. No, what was I saying? Axton. Axton, Virginia, that first one that we did is available online right now. It's called Rad at Home and it's under the retreats. Sorry, I'm reading too many things. I mean, Sedona. Sedona, there is no San Diego. It's just Long Beach of 2025. But you can do the first one that we ever did and get the whole retreat at home. That one is available to you right now on the website. It's called Rad at Home Axton. Oh, our friend who sent the email, Transcendence, who sent the email about switching to San Diego, check your spam folder. Corey says she already replied to your email the other day. So check your spam because you've been replied to. What's the first sign that you're starting to see or feel spirit? Things feel different, look different. Things just look different. You're wearing your Axton shirt right now. Oh my gosh. So fun. Yeah, we're at home Axton's ready to go. But you won't get the pin. That's true. You have to come to Axton to get the pin. The retreats for right now are all 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. In the afternoon, just the one day, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. How the hell do I find out my guides' names? Ask them. And guide spirits don't have names. We don't have name in spirit form. So if they give you names, that's for your benefit. Just ask them. But I also talk about that in the spirit guide course if you wanted to take that. And that's free with promo code, right? Yes, Ozzy Osbourne passed. He sure did. Um, I swear the sunsets have been so much more vivid this summer. That's probably because you're seeing things from the higher frequency lens. I love that. I love that. These are such good questions. We do not have soul names or true names because when we are in spirit form, like just our soul, like our little orby soul, everything is cyclically connected and linked. There's no separation. We are all one. We are all each other. So there's no such thing as a soul name or like a true name. There is nothing new I can say about the orange buffoon. Mm-mm. It's all the same. I explained this in a video today about what it looks like and how timelines are separating and how we are now actively choosing. Some people are choosing to be on the timeline where Trump is their focus of their entire reality, and so he's going to rule for a little longer. And some people are focused on solutions and moving forward and not paying attention to Trump at all. And so they're on the timelines where it's going to be happening a little bit sooner, having a little changeover of leadership. So watch the video from today and explains that a little bit. It's not that we don't recognize each other, we just know each other. It's not a recognizing, it's a knowing. It's more of a knowing because everything is cyclically connected. There's literally no separation of thought or space or anything when we're in spirit form. A soul contract is just an agreement that we made with somebody to do something. It can look like so many different things. That's all that it is. You're welcome so much. Nervous system resetting. You can do that vagal nerve reset that I've shown you how to do, but Taryn Fian, who I follow on both platforms, is insanely, insanely good with nervous system regulation. I would recommend booking her honestly if you're able to, because she can tell you, okay, she can say, okay, these are all the things that you can be doing to regulate your nervous system, like on a personal level. Mhm. Yeah, these are so good. Yeah, you just know each other. So good. Hello, hello. This is so good. I'm so excited to see you all at the retreat. So many of you in these chats are coming to the retreat. I'm so excited. The tickets are selling, though they're selling. I'll have to do some counts later and let you guys know in stories how many spots are left. But Sedona, we're only taking a total of 70, and Long Beach, we're only taking a total of 100. Okay. Do you think it's okay to get acupuncture as a psychic? I do. I'm a psychic. I get acupuncture. I fucking love acupuncture because it has opened me up energetically so much. I mean, my chi feels real good, real in alignment ever since I started acupuncture. My question for you is what is your holdup? What is your belief that it may not be okay to get acupuncture as a psychic? You're coming to Sedona. Heck yeah. Let's go. I love that. How do you get understanding from past lives and timelines? You can get that in meditation. You can do past life regression. I'm so excited to meet you guys too. Ooh, my thoughts about mushrooms as a light worker. Check out my blog post, Psilocybin, the Ancient Medicine, because I am a big fan. I'm a big fan. Whether you're a light worker or not, I'm a big fan of psilocybin for everybody because it just gives you so much clarity. It just gets you off your own bullshit. That's what it does. It really does. I love acupuncture. Is there anybody in either one of these chats that is near Winston-Salem, North Carolina? Because I have somebody I can recommend if you're near Winston-Salem, North Carolina. If you're not though, just find one that feels good. Just use your intuition to pick one. I love acupuncture. I've had massive changes. They made you motion sick. Oh, you're in Charlotte. Oh, don't drive all the way up here though. There's gonna be good acupuncturists in Charlotte. That's close though. I love. Actually, yes, you are. Okay. So if you're close to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, it's called acupuncture in energetics. Let me hold on. Let me give her a Google and make sure. I think that's her name. Dr. Edmonds, Suzanne Edmonds, acupuncture energetics. I think. Oh, change back. I need to change back to Google. Hold on, I gotta look it up. Acupuncture. She's so good. Energetics. Yeah, acupuncture energetics. It's on Old Salem Road in Winston. Acupuncture is amazing. Oh, definitely going to the Edgar. We're not going to the spa center for Edgar Casey, but we're going to go to the museum. Yeah, so good. How does a timeline shift work if a family member is on one timeline and you're on another? Here's okay, ready? I'm going to blow your mind. Make sure you're sitting down for this, Heather. You are never actually on the same timelines as anybody in your life. Oh, you're always on different timelines anyway because you're only creating your own timelines. Watch the video I made today. But you have enough overlap where it seems like you're on the same timeline. And if you have like a quantum leap from one vibration to another one up here, what you do is you replicate, you literally duplicate your consciousness from where you were before to the new one. And then you just exist with the version of your family member who's also existing on that timeline that has enough overlapping that you can interact with them while you're on that timeline. Yeah, I used to not like needles either, but you can barely feel them. Like some of the needles you can't feel at all, and some of them you feel like a little boom as it goes in, and then that's it. You can't feel it once it's in there. I know that is wild. For TV, the thing I said about the TV is bad feng shui, which is bad flow of energy. To have your TV facing your bed. That's it. No, we're not like Horcruxes because we duplicate ourselves. Horcruxes are like separating ourselves out into pieces. We just duplicate our exact same consciousness. That's funny though. Timelines are wild. Hey, what up, Ottawa? I'm so glad you're here. So good. Literally nobody is on the timeline you're on. You're on your own individual timeline. There's overlap for similarities. You're on your own thing. Everybody's on their own individual journey, even your children. Do you prefer acupuncture or Reiki, or does it not matter? It doesn't really matter. They're both good as long as you go to good practitioners. I mean, I do Reiki on myself, and I really like this acupuncture doctor because she has opened up my chi an unbelievable amount. An unbelievable amount. So good. Sometimes I feel like I'm on my own planet. So good. You want me to come to New Hampshire? New Hampshire, full of quartz. I'm from Indiana, and there's crap tons of quartz up there too. It does vibrate great though. I'm so excited. Oh my God, Lisa. Hello. I saw you. I see you in the live. I'm so excited to get to meet you. It's going to be so good. I often hear the phrase, I get paid for doing nothing. Is this actually a thing? Yeah, because I get paid to just live and exist. And you want to know how that's true? Because I'm living out my joy and I'm following those breadcrumbs of joy and I'm just doing what makes me happy. I don't, my brain It took a while for me to heal from this, right? Because I used to work as a nurse, which means I traded my time for money, right? Now that I do this and I'm more in the flow state and I'm able to do things that feel in alignment with me, how I view it is the universe pays me to exist. And also separately, I do the things that bring me joy, right? I love doing this stuff with you guys. This is fun for me. I would do this even if I didn't get paid for it. I would do this. I mean, I don't get paid for lives, but you know what I mean? I would do this still for free. That's how much I love it. So I am getting, the universe is providing for me. I don't look at it as I have to get money from clients, right? Because that's very limiting. I view it, it's all about perspective. I view it as the universe is providing for me everything that I could ever want and need. And I am also following my passion and my joy. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah, I've shared before how I've transitioned from nursing to doing this full time. I'm gonna have to go here in about 1 minute, so I'm not gonna be able to share it today, but we can do it another time for sure. For sure. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, good. It's hard to explain sometimes. Yeah, I get paid to exist. And what's funny is if my guides are like, hey, trying to nudge me to taking a break for like, a few days or whatever, I don't see any negative impact to my income at all. And in fact, most of the time I seem to make more money while I'm resting than when I'm like sitting here trying to like hustle, which I'm never actually hustling, but you know what I mean? Because the universe is providing for me and I'm following my joy. And those are separate, not connected things in my brain. Yep. Ooh, you come to the realization that you can get out of the profession that you're in. That is fun. That is fun. Okay, I'm gonna have to go because I've got some more things to do for you guys in the background. But I love you so much. Go check out the links in my bio for rad retreats. Okay, and I hope to see you both at Sedona and Long Beach, or one or the other, whatever makes you happy. I also have Rad at Home Axton available, so the whole Axton retreat is now available in your comfy pants. You can just buy Rad at Home Axton. If you want on demand, you can have it right now if you wanted to, and go see what the other one was about. So we'll be live again tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Eastern if you want to come. Maggie. And it's time to go. So I love you so much, and we will see you the next time, okay? Goodbye. Go check out the links for the retreats. Goodbye. Goodbye, guys.